In a distant town, fate was about to weave a new chapter for Rapunzel and the prince. A chapter that would test their spirits but ultimately reunite their hearts. Their story, as you may remember, was one of both enchantment and despair. A young maiden, Rapunzel, blessed with impossibly long golden hair, was locked away in a high tower by a powerful sorceress. Her solitary life was forever changed when a charming prince, drawn by her beautiful singing, discovered her hidden prison. Using her long braid as a rope, the prince climbed to her window day after day, and in the quiet seclusion of the tower, their love blossomed. But such happiness was not meant to last. The sorceress, in a fit of jealous rage, discovered their secret rendezvous. With a snip of her shears, she severed Rapunzel's magnificent hair and cast her out into a desolate wilderness, far from anyone who might find her. When the unsuspecting prince arrived that evening, the sorceress tricked him. Heartbroken and desperate, he leaped from the tower, surviving the fall, but landing in thorny bushes that blinded him. Blinded and alone, the prince wandered through forests and valleys. Guided only by hope and the lingering memory of Rapunzel's voice. His royal robes became tattered rags, his days a blur of searching and sorrow. He ate whatever wild berries and roots he could find, his only companion the echo of a song he feared he would never hear again. Each rustle of leaves, each whisper of the wind carried a false promise of her presence. The world had become a dark, silent labyrinth, and he was lost within it, driven forward only by the faint, flickering flame of love that refused to be extinguished in his heart. Far away, in a humble cottage nestled in a forgotten corner of the land, Rapunzel lived a simple life in exile. Her world now revolved around her two beautiful twin children, a boy and a girl, born in the wilderness. She raised them with songs of love and stories of a kingdom she barely remembered. Though her heart ached for the prince she had lost, she found a new purpose in her children's laughter. She taught them the names of the wildflowers, the songs of the birds, and the magic of a mother's love. Her once imprisoned voice now filled the meadows with gentle lullabies, each note a prayer for the family she dreamed of one day having whole. One day, their separate paths of sorrow began to converge. The prince, after years of aimless wandering, stumbled into a bustling town, his senses overwhelmed by the noise of the market. Carts rumbled over cobblestones, merchants hawked their wares, and children laughed and played. Just as he was about to turn away, a voice carried through the marketer, voice so pure and familiar it stopped him in his tracks. He knew that voice. It was the melody that had first led him to the tower, the sound that had haunted his dreams for years. It was Rapunzel. With a renewed sense of urgency, the prince followed the song, his heart pounding in his chest. He pushed through the crowds, his hands outstretched as if to catch the melody itself. And then he saw her standing by a small stall, singing a soft tune to her children. "Rapunzel," he whispered, his voice cracking with emotion. She turned, and her eyes widened in disbelief. It was him, thinner, scarred, but unmistakably her prince. Tears filled Rapunzel's eyes as she rushed forward and embraced him, holding him as if she would never let go. Her children watched in quiet wonder as their mother clung to the stranger who made her weep with joy. As her tears of sorrow and relief fell upon his face and touched his eyes, a gentle warmth spread through him. A magical glow, soft and golden, enveloped his head. Slowly, tentatively, he blinked. The darkness that had plagued him for so long began to recede, replaced by shimmering light. Shapes and colors swam into focus. First, he saw the tear-streaked, beautiful face of his beloved Rapunzel. Then he saw two small, curious faces peering up at him, his children. Light had returned to his world, his sight restored not by magic alone, but by the pure, healing power of love and hope. Together, their family finally complete, Rapunzel and the prince journeyed homeward. They left behind the years of sorrow, their steps now light with the promise of a shared future. With their children walking between them, they headed toward the distant silhouette of the prince's castle, shining on the horizon. Their path was long, but their hearts were full, for they were ever closer to their happy ending, a life of love and laughter that they had both earned. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more fairy tale fables. We'll see you in the next chapter.